10% of all U.S. businesses are run by couples. That's over 3 million husband and wife teams, crushing it. And in 2026, with the right strategy, you and your partner could be next. We're talking about combining complementary skills, shared financial goals, and that unmatched trust you only find in a relationship. Forget the old rules of entrepreneurship, because working with your partner isn't a limitation. It's a superpower for building something truly impactful. We'll dive into how to find that perfect business idea, whether it's leveraging AI tools like Idea Proof to validate your concept in 2 minutes, or spotting those B2B opportunities John Hall and Sophia Acevedo at Forbes are talking about. The goal? Flexibility, financial independence, and a shared purpose. So, if you're looking to turn your relationship into a wealth-building machine, stick around. Did you know that just over 10% of all U.S. for-profit businesses are owned and operated by husband and wife teams? This isn't just a quirky stat. It's a powerful testament to combining complementary skills and shared purpose. While the idea of starting a business with your partner might sound like a recipe for constant negotiation, research from the Revenue Map team shows that co-founder teams with strong personal relationships actually exhibit higher survival rates. And the best part? We're not talking about moonshot ventures with multi-million-dollar VC rounds. We're looking at flexible, low-cost ideas that leverage your individual strengths, giving you financial independence and a deeper sense of purpose. So, whether you're dreaming of escaping the 9 to 5 or just building something together on the side, this isn't about hype. It's about smart strategy for 2026 and beyond. We've poured through everything from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce's 50 business ideas positioned for growth to Printful's insights on high-profit, low-cost ventures, and even a new AI tool called Idea Proof that can validate your concept in just 120 seconds. Let's dive into some of the most compelling opportunities that are designed specifically for two. In fact, the U.S. Census Bureau tells us that just over 10% of all for-profit businesses in the U.S., approximately 3 million ventures, are owned and operated by husband and wife teams. That's a staggering number, highlighting an inherent strength in ventures led by partners with a deep personal connection. The Revenue Map team, in their Top 30 Business Ideas for Couples 2026 report, specifically found that co-founder teams with strong personal relationships actually exhibit a 15% higher survival rate over their first 5 years compared to single-founder or unrelated co-founder models. This isn't just about love. It's about complementary skills. Perhaps one spouse excels in marketing while the other manages operations, shared financial goals, and that unmatched level of trust that allows for blunt honesty and true delegation without ego. Entrepreneurship for couples offers something unique: flexibility to design a life together, true financial independence from traditional employment, and a shared sense of purpose that can be incredibly motivating. We're seeing more businesses adopt dual leadership models too. Anup Srivastava and Srinivas Mahapatro, writing in the California Management Review on May 6, 2025, discussed the effectiveness of co-CEO structures, especially for tackling complex challenges like rapid digital transformation or market diversification. Take Medivo, Ditab GmbH, for example. After 7 years of consistent growth in the medical technology sector, they strategically adopted a co-CEO model on April 10, 2025, with Michael Kania focusing on operational business development and market expansion, and Dr. Christoph Kring's driving product strategy and technological innovation. This clear delineation of roles, leveraging individual strengths while maintaining unified vision, is key. What this teaches us is that when you combine personal trust with professional clarity, you unlock a powerful engine for sustainable growth. So, how do we spot these opportunities? To spot tomorrow's trends, the trick is knowing precisely where to look. CO, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce's influential platform, published 50 business ideas positioned for growth in 2026 and beyond. A fantastic starting point for identifying future-proof opportunities across various sectors, from AI-driven logistics to sustainable consumer goods. But beyond these broad strokes, you want ideas that specifically play to the unique strengths of a duo. John Hall, a senior contributor, and Sophia Acevedo, an associate editor at CO, highlighted the inherent stability and scalability of B2B services in their June 20, 2026 article, 11 B2B Business Ideas with Strong Earning Potential in 2026. They pointed to areas like fractional CFO services, specialized cybersecurity consulting, a market projected to exceed $300 billion by 2027, and boutique B2B SaaS implementation. Think about how your combined skills could serve other businesses. Maybe one partner excels at client acquisition and relationship management, drawing on years of sales experience, while the other handles the intricate technical execution of, say, a specialized digital marketing agency focusing on SEO for medical practices. Critically, for couples venturing into entrepreneurship, low-cost startup ideas are paramount to avoid unnecessary financial strain and marital stress. Printful, in its insightful article, 27 Low-Cost Business Ideas with High Profit, gives a great example. Print-on-demand dropshipping. Platforms like Printify or Gelato allow you to launch custom merchandise across diverse categories, from eco-friendly menswear and bespoke kidswear to niche accessories and home decor, with minimal upfront investment. This setup means you can test various niches, leveraging one partner's keen design eye and trend forecasting ability, and the other's marketing savvy and e-commerce optimization skills, without tying up significant capital. The goal is to find those high-growth niches that align perfectly with your complementary skill sets and shared passions. And before you dive deep into any endeavor, you need to rigorously validate that idea. To validate your idea and avoid costly mistakes, tools like Idea Proof, an AI startup validator and market analysis platform, let you test your entrepreneurial concept in just 120 seconds. Think about that. 2 minutes to get rapid, data-backed feedback on critical market viability metrics. This accelerated validation is especially crucial for couples, particularly when the goal, as highlighted by the Revenue Map team's Top 30 Business Ideas for Couples 2026 report, is often to find ventures with reasonable startup costs, ideally under $10,000 for initial bootstrapping. You don't want to sink significant time or money. Save $5,000 on initial product development or a 6-month lease, only to find out months later that the market isn't there or it's oversaturated. For example, imagine a couple, Alex and Maya Rodriguez, who want to launch a sustainable, locally sourced pet food delivery service in Austin, Texas. Before investing in specialty organic ingredients from suppliers like Happy Hounds Organic, or committing to branding development with a designer, or even building a Shopify website, they could plug their precise concept into Idea Proof. Within minutes, the AI could flag that the Austin market for premium organic pet food is already dominated by 3 well-funded competitors like Possum Eats and Healthy Hounds Home Delivery, who collectively hold 80% of the market share. Alternatively, it might identify an underserved niche for allergy-specific pet meals targeting dogs with common sensitivities to grains or poultry, a segment currently only served by 15% of existing providers. This quick validation allows them to pivot towards that niche or refine their strategy without burning through their initial capital or losing precious time. Leveraging these AI-driven market analyses early ensures their chosen business aligns with identified growth trends for 2026, significantly enhancing long-term viability and increasing their chances of joining the 30% of new businesses that succeed past their second year. It's about getting real, actionable insights before you commit, which brings us to the next critical aspect of a successful partnership: mastering dual leadership. Harvard Business Review research across 87 companies reveals that co-CEO models are often incredibly effective, frequently correlating with robust annual shareholder returns, sometimes outperforming single CEO counterparts by several percentage points. This isn't mere coincidence. As Michael D. Watkins, a distinguished Harvard Business Review professor and co-author of The First 90 Days, articulates, the true efficacy of co-leadership isn't inherent in the structure, but rather hinges on attitudes and execution. He stresses the critical importance of meticulous design choices and disciplined follow-through, not as an abstract ideal, but as a tangible operational framework. It's not about organizational alchemy. It's about intentional, structured leadership. The article, Navigating Dual Leadership, CEO Collaboration and Transformation Strategy Insights, further elucidates how these dual CEO structures function in practice. You'll observe responsibilities strategically bifurcated. For instance, one co-CEO like Dr. Emily Chun might champion external investor relations and market expansion, while the other, Mr. David Miller, meticulously oversees internal operations, supply chain optimization, and employee engagement. Another common dynamic sees a CEO partnering with a president, such as at Medivo, Ditab GmbH, where Michael Kania adeptly manages day-to-day operations and financial performance, while Dr. Christoph Krings concentrates on groundbreaking product strategy and technological innovation. They are leveraging distinct individual strengths to create synergistic value, not merely duplicating efforts. This collaborative model distinctly signals a departure from the historical "the buck stops here" ethos famously associated with President Harry Truman. As highlighted by the California Management Review on May 6, 2025, today's hyperdynamic global business landscapes are simply too complex and volatile for a single point of failure at the apex. Shared responsibility, meticulously defined, is rapidly becoming the gold standard for navigating unprecedented complexity and uncertainty. This necessitates unwavering clarity in role definitions and an unyielding commitment to maximizing individual strengths for any executive duo aspiring to thrive. It's a synchronized effort, meticulously orchestrated, to lead an organization towards sustained success. Crafting your duo's future. Key takeaways. So what does all this mean for crafting your duo's future? First, recognize the core advantage. As the Revenue Map Team's Top 30 Business Ideas for Couples 2026 report points out, couples as co-founders bring together complementary skills and, crucially, unmatched trust. This isn't just fluffy sentiment. Research consistently shows co-founder teams with strong personal relationships actually have higher survival rates. The U.S. Census Bureau confirms that over 10% of all U.S. for-profit businesses are already husband and wife teams, leveraging this built-in synergy. Second, strategic planning isn't just for big corporations. Use resources like CO's 50 Business Ideas Positioned for Growth in 2026 and beyond for broad strokes, and dig into targeted B2B lists like Forbes' 11 B2B Business Ideas with Strong Earning Potential in 2026, authored by senior contributor John Hall, to ensure your chosen path is genuinely future-proof. Third, the critical role of market validation. Forget spending months on a business plan that might not even work. Idea Proof, the AI startup validator and market analysis tool, lets you test your concept in just 120 seconds, offering rapid, data-backed feedback. This minimizes risk and maximizes your most valuable asset, time. Finally, effective dual leadership isn't just about sharing a vision. It's about disciplined execution and clear role definition. Remember Harvard Business Review's findings on successful co-CEO models, often outperforming single CEO counterparts. This requires fostering strong collaboration, like ensuring one partner handles marketing while the other focuses on operations, as highlighted in Upflip's 59 Business Ideas for Couples 2026 by Brandon Bauschy. Ultimately, seek out business ideas with flexibility and reasonable startup costs. These are the key characteristics for couples aiming for both financial independence and a balanced life. So, what we've seen today isn't just about finding a niche. It's about leveraging the unique synergy a duo can create. From validating your concept in 120 seconds with platforms like Idea Proof, to understanding how co-CEO models statistically outperform in shareholder returns, the narrative shifts from simply starting a business to strategically engineering a powerful partnership. The U.S. Census Bureau points out that over 10% of U.S. for-profit businesses are husband and wife teams, highlighting that this isn't a fringe concept, but a proven path to flexibility, financial independence, and shared purpose. It's about combining complementary skills, building on unmatched trust, and having a shared vision that, as research suggests, leads to higher survival rates for co-founder teams with strong personal relationships. Have you ever considered starting a business with your significant other or a trusted partner? And if so, what was your biggest hurdle or unexpected win? Drop your story in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown useful, hit that subscribe button to keep getting deep dives into the strategies and tools that empower real operators. Next, you'll want to watch my analysis of the 11 B2B business ideas with strong earning potential in 2026 that John Hall and Sophia Acevedo outlined, as it offers a perfect companion for finding your market.